Null Pointer reference explained, in simple terms. Whenever the game wants to fetch an object from somewhere, like a table or a location, it sends out a function to a specific place and awaits a response. Usually when grabbing something, the game always gets a response. If there's a valid data point, it grabs the data point. But what if that data doesn't exist? Guitar Hero 3 makes a good example here on how to not code something like this. You can check out this video made by Exile Lord where he reverse engineers this age-old bug. Either way, when the data doesn't exist or it hasn't been fully initialized yet, what happens really depends on the coding language, but usually the game/code just has a heart attack and dies. Imagine it like a grocery store. Your friend, the function, told you to go to a specific store, the data table, and grab one specific item, the variable. You are the PC, the program counter, and head to that store. You make your way through the store until you reach that specific spot where your item should be, but it's not there, rather just an empty shelf. You were tasked to get something that they don't have anymore. That's the null pointer. Now when you go through the store, what happens next, again, depends on the coding language. For most languages, think of it like a security guard that won't let you out of the store if you haven't bought anything. That would be the crash. On other times, you just go past the registers with an uneasy feeling of doing something quote-unquote illegal, which would be the equivalent of the code complaining on something not existent but the game not actually crashing. You could normally avoid this by adding a middleman that checks whether or not the object actually exists at all. Again, to use our store analogy, it's like your brain is told to think whether or not the store even has such an item. For example, if you're looking for fast food at a workshop, and if it doesn't, you simply just don't go to the shop at all. So in short, a null pointer is when the code is trying to reference or get something that doesn't exist and no middleman was created to handle that situation, but whether or not it crashes depends on the coding language the game uses. Oftentimes it does crash though, because nothing isn't an option by default for most languages.